Imagine being born into a life where your dad's job title is leader of the free world, and your weekend plans include hanging out at the White House. This is the life of the young lady, Malia Obama, who, even though her parents live a quiet, modest life, desires for the extravagant trillionaire lifestyle. Join us as we delve into the trillionaire life of Malia Obama. Early life and education. Malia Ann Obama was born in 1998 with the bang that comes with all the fireworks of the 4th of July. It is a special day for a special girl and America. She didn't have a typical childhood. The Obama family were not influential then. However, she was to grow into two extraordinary worlds that most of us envy. First, her dad was a young politician whose voice was rising and who would later become a world leader. Second, she got to live as a normal kid who experienced everyday kid problems such as soccer practice and doing homework. She sometimes cried when dad arrives late from a rally and pleaded for some late-night screen time like we did. She was no slouch either, as she excelled at an elite school called the Sidwell Friends School. Every parent-teacher association meeting felt more like a mini United Nations summit due to the number of children of influential people who had been educated at the school. In school, sure, she had to deal with school and all the usual kid stuff, all while having a Secret Service agent ready to follow her to prom night. Imagine trying to sneak a kiss goodnight with that kind of entourage. But Malia was not content to be defined by her father's position. She was determined to carve her path, which led to her controversial decision not to pursue college immediately. Young Malia decided to take a year off and go to Hollywood instead. This might not mean much to average folks like you and me because we cannot just snap fingers and say, "Hollywood, I am not ready for college. I want to spend some time hanging out with you." We would instead go on a pleasure-filled tour of Europe. Instead, she did this. During her gap year, she embarked on a series of internships in the entertainment industry. She met with A-list writers, producers, and actors who showed her the ropes. And guess what? No one got to whine about it. Everything happened under the radar, but it was a crucial period of career exploration for her. When she was finally satisfied, guess where she went? Harvard. Why not? However, what would she study? Most likely politics. The road seemed laid out for her, or maybe she'd go into law. Given her gap year experience, where she created stories for people instead of governing them, she was determined to carve her path and make a difference uniquely. Being America's first daughter. Being the president's daughter sounds glamorous, right? You'd think it's all red carpets and private jets. Think about it. You could leave your house now and go wherever you want with nobody keeping tabs on you. But imagine this. You leave your home to grab a snack and bam! It's like being the star of a reality show you didn't sign up for. Therefore, it would all sound cool being a relative of the president until you realize that every time you step out, the world is watching your step. Every sneeze or cold you catch will be watched. And God forbid you got a tape of you getting high at a party or in someone's bed in public and you've got conspiracy theories about you. It might be daring for you right now, but it was not for her. She carried not just the reputation of her father, but the burden of representing America on her shoulders. It wasn't about what her friends would think or say if she was bothered. She knew all these too well, from when she was 10, when the spotlight started beaming more at her. Living in the White House also exposed her to things that may well be beyond her age. Don't get me wrong, she probably met more world leaders before the age of 15 than most of us will ever meet in a lifetime. She attended state dinners, and who knows, she probably snuck around in the Situation Room when things got a little spicy. She had a Secret Service agent breathing down her neck every time she stepped into the kitchen in the middle of the night for a snack. This was as normal as she got to be. Kudos to her parents for ensuring she and her sister Sasha got the best of what usual could be for them. Chores were still non-negotiable, and mundane actions such as making your bed were also non-negotiable. In school, she underwent late-night study sessions, did class projects, and sometimes hit the news for popping up at a house party she was invited to, in a manner appropriate for a president's child. Even after her dad's tenure had passed, she was already on her way to creating a name for herself. She probably had difficulty making friends, considering that her dad's approval ratings were often in the news. Therefore, her social life was complicated. Relationships and security. As she aged, the world became more curious about the nitty-gritty of her life. Who wouldn't be interested anyway? She probably attracted unwanted attention like bees to honey. However, every one of her possible dating relationships was probably kept mum. Why? She's the daughter of Barack and Michelle Obama and went to Harvard. Her future is brighter than that of a supernova. Hence, the relationship rumors were endless. The collective media lost their minds whenever they saw her with a guy. Imagine having the world analyze every potential crush or friendship like a big national event. It may be hard to understand what it would feel like to have the world speculating about our love life. So, I gotta give her a thumbs up for how she handled it all. She kept things low-key, meaning she didn't make a big deal out of it, and waved away everything with a polite smile, silence, great composure, and sometimes saying nothing, which is the best way to handle nosy reporters. It reminded me of how her dad handles issues like this. He'd swing back a cup of wine and say, "That's my girl." Now let's talk about her taste in music. Malia had good taste in music. She could go from jamming to music at the Lollapalooza to swaying her head to a live Beyoncé performance. She went viral in 2016 for dancing at a concert, only to be whisked away by security. A girl just wants to have fun, right? Of course, she had VIP access, so she got a privileged seat at every show, often in the front row. And that's some legendary stuff, as it means she gets an enviable privileged seat at every show. Front row? Always. Backstage passes? You bet. Every outing, she's surrounded by a small army of bodyguards to ensure she is safe 24/7. And that did not end with her dad's last day in office. That is how she will be guarded till she gets old. Whether she goes to get coffee or to a cinema doesn't matter. There is always someone nearby just in case. Regarding her lifestyle choices, she exudes a down-to-earth vibe. Sure, she's flying first class and staying in the best hotels, but she's also happy chilling with friends over pizza. Her taste in fashion is excellent. It is a pleasant mix of high fashion and casual cool, and it includes the best designer labels. Thug life. Saying Malia has a thug life might be pushing it, but let's be honest, this girl isn't afraid to shake things up. Just look at her latest move, dropping her last name. Yep, Malia Ann Obama is now just Malia Ann. And the rest of us? Well, we're left wondering, why? If I had a dad like Obama, I'd be slapping that name on everything. Monogrammed towels, custom license plates, you name it. It would be my whole brand. But she's doing her best to carve out her identity. It's like she's saying, yeah, I'm Obama's kid, but I'm also just Malia. Deal with it. It makes sense because stepping out of that Obama shadow is like trying to leave a room full of glitter. No matter what you do, some of it sticks. Malia probably doesn't want the world to attribute every success she achieves to her famous last name. Let's not forget when she was caught puffing on a cigarette like she had no care in the world. Paparazzi kept snapping away regardless. However, if that were all, many would only consider it impactful. Malia's independence has always shown through in everything she does. Instead of milking her family background, she jumped into the unforgiving world of entertainment, where being Obama's daughter doesn't exactly get you selling out at the box office. She worked for the Weinstein Company and HBO. Her efforts at individuality have set her on a path to build something she could call hers. She tells the world, yeah, my dad's cool, but watch what I can do. Her travel experiences are the stuff of dreams. Malia constantly hops on private jets, sips champagne, and shuttles off to exclusive destinations. She travels often, which means her passport is likely more decorated than the coat of a five-star general. She immerses herself fully in the local culture when she travels to enhance the experience with her trusty Secret Service details. She is also not burdened with driving a beat-up sedan. Instead, she cruises in vehicles that scream luxury. She is rumored to have her own $175,000 Mercedes-Benz G-Class in her garage. The G-Wagon is an all-time favorite among celebrities. Great for 26-year-old Malia. The car has premium leather seats, a superb sound system that could turn a car ride into a private concert at the push of a button, and cool lighting that sets quite the mood while driving down the highway. Now, we all know her dad's all about that green energy life, so she probably has a Tesla parked next to the G-Wagon. That said, they could both be official cars conveying her whenever she's going out, and honestly, that's good enough for me. What can you say about the character and personality of Malia Obama? I stand corrected, Malia Ann. Let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed watching this video, click the video on your screen to watch another interesting story.